Let's get right to it. I'm Marky Billson, Tri-City Sports Now. In a half hour, or at the bottom of the hour, Vito Stellino will join me talking about if Jason Witten, who announced this morning that he was retiring and presumably join Monday Night Football as the new Don Meredith without a Howard Cosell. Got to get Colin Cosell on the show, don't we? Got to get him. I'm writing this down here, Colin Cosell. And then we have to also get, he's been a friend of the show. Also, get him on the show to talk about various things. Okay. But I've come up with a list of name athletes from the area, and the criteria of all-time greatness from the Tri-Cities. I would look at it this way. First of all, I want you to have done it in the pros. In a great college athlete, that's great. And that basically eliminates all the basketball players because the area has never had an NBA player. And also, I will point out that, Del Harris, Milligan, doesn't matter. Well, actually, he would not qualify on the list right here. I know he played at Milligan, but no, his athletic achievements were not so great that he would be on the list of top 10. Number 2, I would say, you've got to look at this. You've got to look at the fact, are they from here? And we can ask what constitutes being from here. I myself was born in Providence, Rhode Island, but I moved, when I was a baby. So am I from, I feel a little bit of connection, but I do not consider myself as a, Providence native, so to speak. That's a much more of a Tri-Cities native, if you will, having lived on and off here for more than 30 years. Let's go and discuss here, though, the top 10 athletes historically from the area. And I want to give an honorable mention. One of the honorable mentions I'm going to give is Willie Horton. He was born in Southwest Virginia, but he went to high school in Detroit. And, of course, became a great Tigers slugger with the 68 team at 325 home runs in the major leagues. He'll be an honorable mention, but I can't get him in the top 10, probably because he didn't, play athletically in the area. He has returned over the years, however. I'm also going to put on my honorable mention list Clyde Hard Rock Schoen from Butler, Tennessee, who was a very good relief pitcher in the 1940s in the majors, and Bob Smith, who excelled as both a pitcher, pitching in the 1932 World Series, as well as an infielder in Major League Baseball in a long ago era, also deserves an honorable mention. Bob Smith was from Rogersville. Now, let's get to the nitty-gritty here. I'm going to give 9 and 10, and you can flip-flop them. Time for 9th place. Thomas and Julius Jones. Actually, I'd probably put Julius Jones number 10. He actually has the all-time record for rushing yards in a game at Notre Dame. They're from Big Stone Gap. Okay, do you consider that be the Tri-Cities? I do, because it is the same TV market. Thomas Jones had the longer career out of Virginia in the NFL, so I'll give him 9th greatest athlete from the Tri-Cities metropolitan area, the Jones brothers from Big Stone Gap. As I look through here, who would I rank as number 8 all time? And I would call Gerald Sensabaugh. The reason I'm going to go Gerald Sensabaugh, a defensive back 10 years for the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Dallas Cowboys, a starter, adept at blocking kicks from Kingsport. We all know Sensabaugh has been in the news as of late. And such, he is running for Sullivan County mayor, but I would say that he is the 8th greatest athlete ever to come from the Tri-Cities, Gerald Sensabaugh. I would rank number 7 as Dale Alexander. He only had a 5-year career. He put faith in the training equipment of the day back in the 1930s, yes, and he almost, by doing that, burned off his leg, and that's why he only had a 5-year major league career. But he led the American League in hitting in 1932. Leading the league in hitting, that's good. I'm going to take Dale Alexander, a long-time scout for the Giants after that, and the first baseball coach at Tusculum, as my number 7 all-time athlete from the area. Number 6 would be Ed Whitson from Irwin. Great pitcher, an all-star pitcher in 1980, won more than 100 games in the major leagues, was a member of the We Are Family Pirates, was actually traded in mid-season for Bill Madlock, one Tennessee into the other, West for East and all that. A favorite of mine, Ed Whitson, I would rank him number 6. Now let's get to the all-time top 5. Number 5, Beattie Feathers. Beattie Feathers is a long ago player, but he did lead the NFL, the Chicago Bears in rushing, I believe, in 1934. Leading the league, that's big on my list. An all-time great Tennessee Volunteer and one of the top running backs in the NFL in his day. Beattie Feathers is my number 5. Number 4 is Ernie Bowman. Ernie Bowman excelled in both basketball and baseball. He was a member of ETSC's NAIA tournament teams and really had a big help in getting the Buccaneers into the NCAA's Ohio Valley Conference, although his career ended 1 year before, actually 2 years before they did join the Ohio Valley Conference, but his basketball exploits helped take ETSC to a higher level in the NAIA, and then he also was a Major League Baseball player, utility infielder for the Giants, not much of a hitter. However, he did once hit a game-winning home run for the San Francisco Giants against the Mets in the Polo Grounds. That was big, and was also on base for the first ever National League Grand Slam in a World Series from Chuck Hiller. Of course, he was there as a pinch runner. Tillie Walker is my number 3, American League home run champion with Babe Ruth 100 years ago in 1918. Great throwing arm. First man ever to hit 100 home runs for the A's franchise. Tillie Walker is the 3rd best athlete ever from the area. Branch Rickey said he had all the talent of Ty Cobb, just wasn't quite as disciplined. He was an alcoholic. Number 2, Steve Spurrier, Heisman Trophy winner. Wasn't a great quarterback in the pros, although he did have a good 1972 season and was probably the quarterback of record for the 49ers division championship that year. Steve Spurrier, Heisman winner, Johnson City native. How can you debate? He's number 2. And from Elizabeth, then number 1. Is he a first ballot Hall of Famer? Maybe. We'll find out from Vito Stellino real soon. But Jason Witten, retiring today, in my opinion, the greatest athlete ever from the Tri-Cities. How are you going to argue with 4th all-time in catches in NFL history? A Heisman is nice, but it's not a top 4 accomplishment. Jason Witten has achieved those levels.
You're ready for a